Hello and welcome back to the left side of reality. This is your host as always, the first. The last time we took a crack at Hod's core suppression, only to fall short at the last second, much like Malta, and that always stings. And this time, well, we have to do it again. We have to stay on this core suppression until we beat it. Although hopefully this is it. Now you might be wondering why you're already hearing the second trumpet music. That's because, as I'll show you all in a second here, I took the liberty of doing some pre-stream preparations to cut down on the amount of time this attempt will hopefully take. For some very special nuggets, the team captains and other key players, I already put them through a round of You Must Be Happy, and they basically have almost their normal stats, which is going to help a lot. Misona's missing a bit of temperaments, but that is fine. It's so high, sky high normally anyways. No, wait, not you. Where's Lesihan? Lesihan, get down there. Oh yeah, Lesihan too got his stats boosted. Tatiana got stats boosted. Gabriela got stats boosted. Although she got the least benefit. A couple of hers are still in the negatives, even if not by much. But she also has just defense. That should even it out a bit. Anyway, I also took the liberty of killing 3 clerks in control off screen too, just to get a head start on that. Leave this alone, so I think they should have it well on hand. I need to keep an eye on Amelia's readings. Because we don't want to repeat of last time where I accidentally popped her in there with 4 Prudence and knocked off the fight box for knocked off the flight box for Blue Star. That was scary. I believe I usually have Gabriela work Mushroom chunkier because of the slightly higher temperament. Snow White broke out because even with the boosted stats, I did Insight instead of Repression. All that off-screen preparation and it's already for nothing. What the hell? Okay, where'd the apple go? Down there. And anything be done about this, or is this just a reset? Oh, it's immune to black damage. White and pale are the ones. Should I just kind of leave her alone? She's not harming anyone right now. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just leave her there for the time being. She'll kill some clerks, but she's otherwise not harming anyone. Either that or have Amelia snipe it from a distance. You know what? I'm going to try that before I do any resets. I'm gonna see if Amelia can... Oh, the thorns are just overtaking the hallway, I think. Yep. Oh, well, that fucking sucks. Oh, and then... Yeah, that's just not worth dealing with. God damn it. See, that wouldn't have been a problem if I'd just done repression earlier. If I'd just done repression. I don't know how the hell I got that wrong. Well, there's no way I'm doing all that prep work again. At least not this soon. Might do the same thing I did last time, where I saved it for after everyone's stats have bottomed out. Although I do still need to execute clerks. So let me just get on that. Oh, there's a bunch here in this hallway. There we are. So, there was a conversation topic I had wanted to bring up last week but forgot in the middle of my focus on this suppression. Now on this second attempt where I have a better idea of what I'm doing, I'm going to bring it up. So, one game series I play and like a lot is Danganronpa. Well, like, air quotes. There's a lot I like about it, and there's a lot I dislike about it, which is the general opinion that most fans have of it anyways, because it's a very good game series that also has stuff about it that just kind of makes you go, why? Why is it like this? Kind of like Persona in that regard. Anyways, the Danganronpa series hasn't had any new updates hasn't had any new game series in the main title since Danganronpa 3, because unbeknownst to everybody, the purpose of Danganronpa 3 was to implode the franchise in as complete and final a fashion as is humanly possible. So why am I bringing this up? Because, and this is just one of life's little ironies, Danganronpa fans just go and prove the message of D3 correct, in that people just will keep wanting Danganronpa anyways, and so a bunch of people have made spiritual successors. The most famous ones are probably the Danganronpa Another games, and I don't remember when the first one was made relative to V3, but I know for a fact the second one was made after. But that's trivia maybe for another time. The recent, one of the more recent Danganronpa successors, and definitely one of the more popular, is Project Eden's Garden, which is actually a bit unique as far as Danganronpa successors go, in that while it borrows the formula and general trappings of it, Eden's Garden, a music video for Eden's Garden, or DR Another? Everything. Yeah, need a despair for Alright, and I'm just going to continue to talk for the meantime. So Project Eden's Garden borrows the some of the formula and general trappings of Danganronpa, But unlike other games that usually try and expand on Oatspeak a bit, this one takes place in a unique world that seemingly has nothing to do with Danganronpa. I'd say seemingly because Eden's Garden does have prizes in their gacha pool that are just straight up Danganronpa references. So they at least feel okay being cheeky like that. And Project Eden's Garden recently finished its first chapter. And we are now in the wait for the second chapter. And because this is a passion product with no money that everyone does in their free time, updates are slow. And everyone knows that and waits for it. But as a way of keeping the fans entertained in between the drought periods, the development team and related people like doing little events. Poking around the Discord server, I see the archives for past events, and just recently, like last month, they did an event called February Frenzy, which was nothing more and nothing less than a popularity poll, given some pomp and circumstances. Various characters from Project Eden's Garden would be matched against each other, and then the winners and losers would get eliminated, winners would advance to the next round, so on and so forth. It is around this point that I would like to introduce a phrase, and that's the reason I wanted to bring it up in this course of Suppression Intelligence. And that phrase is, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. It is a curious phrase, but all it really means is that you don't know what effect your actions are going to have until they've happened. And even if you only meant the best, it could be that your actions still cause harm that you never intended. That's just how it goes. I'm going to list out what happens next in this event, and I'll see if you can notice what the problem is. Being that this is an indie project, the development team have a very close connection to the fan base, and are in pretty close communication. And that includes the voice acting team. The voice actors also are pretty free to chat with fans whenever possible, and like participating outside of the voice acting roles. So when February Frenzy came along, the development team and the voice actors decided to come up with some incentives where the voice actors would promote their given character and basically come up with bits of content to push people to vote for their character. I'm sure everyone involved thought that this was a good idea at the time, but me looking at this after it all went down, the decision to put incentives behind the voting and have the voice actors push hard for their specific character is basically what caused everything to implode. Oh, hey, punishing bird. Jose, you stay. Oh, there's Punishing Bird. Why did I have a feeling that's exactly where that was going to happen? Well, the good news is that Jose's going to intercept it, and he's going to go back to the cage with one hand. And do you want to know what the art imitates life and life imitates art part of all of this is? One of the characters in Project Eden's Garden is a guy called Kai Montiego. And his thing is that he's a social media influencer. And he knows quite a bit about dealing with toxicity and toxic fans. So wouldn't it just figure that it seems like Kai's character ended up with a real-world fan base that mimicked the very fan base that Kai talks about in the game universe. Because as the competition heated up, so did the emotions. And basically, when matchups happen between Violet Dawn, that's fine. What have we got? Paday, Shylock. That can just be Masona. And Yang. What about Paday? Who has good red armor here? Or I could just do that. Yeah, it might just be better to do that. Man, I suppose it's a bit unfair to throw all the blame on Kai, because it basically happened as the competition got whittled down to the most popular characters, the ones with the biggest fan base. Kai himself, but also Cassidy Amber and Eva Sunaka. And basically what started out, what was supposed to be a fun competition for the fans, turned into an all-out fan war, as fans of losing characters got very upset that losing meant they lost some of the incentives, which in turn directed ire at the winning characters. And as Kai won more rounds, he and his fans got more hate directed at him. And I think it was in particular Cassidy versus Kai, where they were still doing the incentives, and there were quite a few incentives for both characters. So when Cassidy lost to Kai, all hell broke loose. It just became an absolute bloodbath. No one meant any harm in doing what they were doing. Everyone just wanted a reason to kind of stoke the friendly rivalry. But they stoked the flames too hard and it turned into an inferno. Incidentally, Kai's winning streak didn't last forever. The final match of the competition was Kai versus Ava, and Ava won out in the end for that one. Her role in Chapter 1 garnered her a big enough fan base to clinch the competition. Even still, yikes. I hope this is something of a lesson to both the developers and the fan base The developers, because, yeah, it's one of those things where in hindsight you can see why things went wrong, but at the same time, the fandom overreacted to what, again, was just meant to be a fun competition. The other thing, like I was saying, is that Kai ended up with a bit of a volatile fan base, anyways. And it's one of those things where it's really no one's fault and it's not for a bad reason as such. Because Kai's thing is that he actually has a lot of insecurities about himself and his self image, with which a lot of people relate to. But it also has the end result that people that get attached to him see attacks on Kai as attacks on themselves. They take it personally. I mentioned before that, hang on, I need to check Emilia's stats real quick. 4. Blue Star is locked out for a bit. Don't want to risk it. Go to Yin instead. The theme of this will be, let's try and avoid the same mistake twice. Because I really don't want to have to do this a third time. So anyways, they actually put up a special video for the end of February Frenzy. And something I have not mentioned up until this point is that as part of the fun factor of the competition, the development team did little have drawings for each of the matchups with 2 variations. A neutral drawing of the 2 characters being paired against each other, and a results one where the winning character will look happy and the losing one will look upset. For the very final round of Ava versus Kai, they had the regular drawings variation as usual, but for this last one, they decided to go a little special and a little silly, where Ava's winning portrait was just normal, and Kai's losing portrait turned him into a horse. Like, he just had a horse head. And I saw it pointed out later that this is actually a reference to when someone called him a horse in the game. And it's very silly. But some of Kai's fans didn't see it that way. And there was one person on Twitter, yes, I know, my first mistake was being on Twitter, that's like, Why are they making Kai into a horse? They would never do this to the other characters. And it was then pointed out to that person that in the video announcing that Ava won the popularity poll, Tozu cracked constant jokes about her literally dying in a fire. It's kind of like, come on, have a tiny bit of perspective here. Think for longer than 3 seconds. I suppose that's another thing. There are people that asks, why are you sticking around on Twitter when Twitter is just going progressively worse ever since the new owners took over? And the best way I saw it summed up is basically someone posting a Courage the Cowardly Dog reference. Nope, not getting out of this chair. How is Birds at 3? Honestly, I don't think we even need Blue Star. All the other high-end Vobs can fill it fine. Well, the high-end Vobs and Snow Queen. We don't have to worry about that right now, since it's gonna be a Dawn next. An ordeal. Stats don't go down any lower after level 3, right? Because that can be when we use You Must Be Happy again. No, 40 was 40 is later. You said the one for right now is 25. Yeah, at least I think you said that last week. Yeah, I think after next meltdown level. I don't think any of my nuggets are. I don't think any of my battle nuggets are weak enough to die to Violet Ordeal, so we'll take care of the Ordeal and then we'll beat everyone back up. Or at least everyone that does. Everyone that does Abner work. With how many white damage people we have, I feel like we should be fine. Yeah, I think our crew is good enough to mitigate any potential damage there. Can't think of anyone else. I think at this point I'll just do other work just to push it. Jose, you go. Imagine if we had a noon immediately after. That would actually be kind of bad, because it would mean... We definitely need to formulate a strategy. Apologies for the coughing, everyone. I'm actually recovering on the tail end of a bad cold. And while I feel better, some of the symptoms still remain. In case you didn't catch it, I'm gonna repeat it. I'm actually recovering from a severe cold that I've had, and while I'm mostly better, I'm still feeling some of the shocks of it. Oh, what am I doing? God, Ashley got hit with it the worst. Where's training? Oh. Oh, and just do that again. No, wait, kind of need you. Anton, you go. Okay, Misona can take care of that, no problem. Lamarcus can also take care of that, no problem. The problem's going to be training. Jose can go that one, and I guess Mary grabs the other one. I think she can get there fast enough. Tatiana can grab that one just fine. Pansy can probably grab that one. And send Galena with her. And last but not least, Amelia. Is that all of them? Oh geez, how badly weakened is everyone that... Pretty sure I did. Okay, everyone's fine. And now for the tedious part, where we get all our most important people and bring them up to You Must Be Happy. Because we're gonna need them to be at their best for what comes next. Lamarcus? While everyone's slowly making their way over there, I'm going to go on my little clerk killing spree for this round. I guess I could... don't want to hit information just yet, because I kind of want their... I want the bonus there. Safety, maybe? Or... maybe Central Command. Yeah, Central Command might be better. This next part's going to be tedious, but it's necessary because we need the E-Box. Has everyone, I think everyone's in the corridor. Okay, let's start from disciplinary and work our way up. Or left. Maybe it's the RPG player in me, but I really dislike messing with healing. Alright, +1, +4. I'll take that. Shit. Waited just a second too long there. And I gotta be careful because I have 4 uses of this before it becomes lethal. And we have to start all this over anyways. Okay, stats mostly back on track, just a smidge debuff. You are going to be the crucial one. We need you for Blue Star. The thing about this one is that it's very much a risk-reward kind of system, where if you stay in there longer, you get more benefits, but if you get no, you get bigger debuffs by that same token. It is very nice that I have this, what's basically a safety catch for this one. But still not my favorite thing. Okay, Misona, you're gonna be good too. Yeah, I think it's cracking the 200 stats. Shit. Did it again. It's kind of like, do you go with the slightly safe one of only being in there for a short amount of time? Or do you want to go and stay in there longer and risk something horribly wrong happening with your stats? Was Lamarcus the last, or was there anyone else I have over here? I have Jose, just in case. Just to have someone powerful up in that area. Look at him in his cat smile. Okay, everyone back to your stations as we prepare for the next round. Except for the Central Command people, I want you to go back to the lower areas. After the next meltdown level is when things get all fucky too, so gotta be careful with that. What was it? Get up there. And you guys get down there. Okay, while the Central Command people are making their slow progression to the bottom, everyone start doing your rounds for E-Box production. I feel like this is a nice thing about Lobotomy Corporation in that Zayan stuff isn't necessarily useless as you go up. Like Abnos, you could say maybe, unless you have a mission that needs you to go against. No, like even right now, some of these less awful, some of these weaker Abnos are good for filling up meltdown level in case the higher ones are too dangerous. Especially as we get to the end of the day and we don't need PE boxes anymore. Okay, Prudence 5 still. A little less temperaments, but that should hopefully be okay. And You Must Be Happy is a Zayn level tool, but it's still finding use to this day. One of the most highly recommended tools for training is the mirror, and that's also only Zayn. No, I think we're fine the way we are right now. At least E-Box wise. A kind of philosophy I have to both respect and be confused by is people that have mods to make things harder for themselves, because it's kind of like, this game is already pretty infamous for its difficulty. Why would you want to make it worse? What? The mods are interesting, but for this specific first time run, I had made a decision to basically only have mods that fix up the game and not anything that would actually alter the experience. Okay, we don't need to worry about E-boxes, it looks like. It looks like our main concern is going to be, our main concern is going to be... whatever gets hit by the meltdowns, and also whatever noon happens after. What's Punishing Bird doing? Punishing Bird's at 4. Okay, that is fine. And how is Big Bird doing? Still at 5. Cool. We killed Clerk, so Queen's not an issue. Having a bit of a time trying to remember what I have and haven't done at this point. And we're out. Oh, now it's at 3. Cool. I mean, not cool, but it's whatever. Misono, work on the alien. It's kind of funny that because her attachment is still just a smidge gimped, it says high. Although I think that's because of the specific weirdness with this tab now. Oh boy, 2 more and the real issues begin. 100 PE boxes and we're done. Okay, Jose, do the bird. And Anton, do Scobro. But only after Anton. Well, clearing the noon's gonna give us another 10% anyway, so again, PE box shouldn't be an issue. It's just beating the noon. We don't even know what our noon is yet. Jose? What happened to Jose? He should have reached the corridor by now. It's not that far. Did... Oh. I swear I refreshed everything when I... okay. Anton Skullcrow. Because I don't imagine we'll need you for anything else. Oh, there's no noon. It's just 10 meltdowns. Okay, but what are our meltdowns? This guy. Don't tell me they're all in the bottom layer. Because I can't see any more in the top. At least not at a glance. Oh, they actually did that. They're all in the bottom layer. Okay, match girl. The prince and... Uh-oh. Should I just let the one on the bracelet tick over? Because I don't want to mess with the bracelet too much. I think Tatiana can handle the prince. Because I think the bracelet kills you if you take it when you're at full health. Yeah, we have no choice but to lose a small portion of PE boxes. Okay, this is either very good or very bad for us. The good news is that we don't need to worry about a noon. The bad news is if those 10 meltdowns hit an inconvenient location. Okay, let's take count so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 down here. You I'll take care of last. That also means we don't have the buff from... What was your favorite again? I think white? Yep. Pansy should be able to handle it, even with their stats nerfed to the ground. Okay, let's look very carefully. Misona can just take care of this. It was 8, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... One. Oh, right. The bracelet we're deliberately ignoring. That's why. So 7. And I'm just gonna have Amelia grab Yang real quick and get back out. Just because we have a strategy for easily taking care of Yin and Yang doesn't mean we could do it all the time. Took a bit of a beating there, but that's fine. Okay, the bracelet's about to expire, so we're just gonna let that happen. Can keep an eye on Tatiana in the meantime. Thank God for In the Name of Love and Hate. Give me a second for the prince to finish. I don't think so. It's pretty expensive. 50, so barely not enough for an armor or a weapon for that matter. Maybe in the next cycle. Wait, did everyone's stats drop a bit instead, or was this how Tatiana was before? No, everyone's stats did drop a bit again. We hadn't hit the limit. Shoot. That could be something to think about. Well, because everyone got boosted before, it's not too bad. But I'm not messing with, the... Blue Star is actually fine as long as it Amelia's at 5. It's the apple I'm worried about. Oh god, I'm getting all flustered. I'm mixing up my thoughts. Which is actually bad because I don't want to make a mistake this far in. I swear when this happened last time, and thus everyone was still somewhat in the positives. Maybe I just didn't check. Well, you must be happy still served its job. And you know what, Lasihan? You're probably safe to do another round. It's not like Yin can drop with bad work anyways. Alright, yes with bad, but you weren't getting bad. Probably just meh at worst. So, now that we know that noons are officially no longer an issue, because this is going to end at suppression level 6, so it doesn't matter what happens, we don't have to focus on killing clerks anymore. Well, except 3 for Queen of Hatred. So let's just do that now. Just kind of finish off safety here. And that's the last of the safety clerks. Maybe do another one of control. There, 3. We can actually do the bird and the mushroom again because those were meltdowns, so they don't have any debuffs. Can have Gabriella do both then. We can at least extract a. We might be able to extract at least one weapon by the end of this. Shoot. Or... Yeah, there's actually a pretty high chance of that happening with Ted. I would say... Who would have the best chance at succeeding with the Queen right now? Let's do a quick check. Everyone's temperaments and everyone's whatever ego gifts they might have. 90 some odd for there. Same one. $95. Why does it say common for Lamarcus? If anything, this should be better. Misona might be our best bet then. 89. Nice. 90. Or Tatiana might still be fine as is. Well, whatever. We can think about it as we go. Oh, you mean because she has Justice 5? Even with the current debuffs, I'm terrible at doing math at the top of my head. Well, I've been doing nothing but insight on Prince to avoid the Clyfoth drop. So there's that. Gabriella was the most recent one to work with Little Prince, so Tatiana might be fine. And then I immediately had Gabriella rush to Judgment Bird. What now? What now? Oh god, why this terrible view? Pod, why are you like this? At this point, it's more about reducing the... It's more about just kind of pushing through to the next level more than anything. Would you say the bird might be better for a potential breach than Snow White, the apple? Because if the bird doesn't teleport, I can just have all my... If the bird doesn't teleport, I can have I meant Judgment Bird. It would all depend on if it teleports or not. Because the disciplinary and lower central command corridors are absolutely stuffed with super powerful agents. So maybe, just maybe, we could just have Gabriella, Tatiana, Emilia, Lesihan all converge on the bird as soon as it escapes. And hopefully kill it before it causes any major problems. What's going on with this? 2. How's Jose's HP? He would be fine. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying the strategy I have in mind would be reliant on the big squad the big gun squad being able to take it out before it does any damage to the clerks. Still at 2. We'll see if that changes after a round of Snow Queen. God bless Lamarcus and his buffs, information buffs, and his ego gift buffs. Which reminds me, one plan I have for after we make it out of here is to do a week of Chesed and then reset it. By which I mean have a week where we take out information and safety meltdown core suppressions, and then reset it so that the team captains there don't lose their buffs, because Lamarcus and Misona need to keep their captain buffs. Oh, great, birds at 1 now. Hate that. You know what? I might use these next few meltdown levels to try and reach it on purpose, just so that we start on 5 in the next round. So, Mary, you go. Of course, this will be the time where Punishing Bird decides to not reach, because it's just a jerk like that. Please don't be like this, Punishing Bird. Please. It's gonna be like this, isn't it? Have I mentioned how much I hate these birds? Because, Also, I think you might have been right the first time, and the limit is 40. Because Mary's at 35 now. I just noticed. Of course, given that this is a 100% abnormality one anyways, I would have had to deal with the birds. But maybe I would have done a thing where I had the birds be separate. Yep, bird's not gonna breach. It's just gonna be like that. I more mean that getting 100% in the abnormality codex is the plan eventually. So it's kind of like, eventually, all of these would have been seen. Yep, we have to... Okay, Jose, back in your cage for now. Or back to the central room. Is Anton safe to work on the bird? Because I kind of want to save Jose in case he needs to go to a abnormality cell. Okay. Okay, what's the damage gonna be? Bloodbath. The music box. Paday. The Heart of Aspiration. That's roughly 4 of them. Yeah, 4, so the other 6 are down below. Okay. Match Girl again. Blue Star. Oh god, is she still at 5? She's still at 5, thank god. Burrowing Heaven. That's definitely Misona. The apple did get hit. God. Okay. Gabriella. Tatiana. Okay. I'm feeling paranoid. I need to make sure I get the right ones. Oh. Basil lost their stick earlier. Or lost their gun. At the very least, Amelia can still pacify that. No, I made sure they had the gun. I swear I saw the gun earlier. Okay, bloodbath. This... don't think I like that. What about information? Jose can do that. Music box can just be Owen for a couple seconds. Paday can be Lamarcus. Heart of Aspiration can be Alyssa. Anything else? Am I missing anything else? I need Misona and her black resistance for this specifically. Might take her a second to get there, but better than risking someone dying to it. Okay, I'm going to need you to get out as soon as you get in. There. I was aware, but I also didn't want to forget the person in the music box. Let's hear it for Lamp. Let's hear it for Lamp. At worst, there is the little information box at the bottom left. That's always an option. Okay, Gabriella was fine with Queen. Little Prince is fine. We can get one spear. We've won. It doesn't matter what happens after this. We can just spam Skullbro for the rest of the suppression and win. You forget. As soon as we reach 6, the day ends. Oh, now you break out. So... So do we want to do anything else while we're doing this? Because I think since Prince was, since these were, we can basically run them one more time, is what I'm saying. We know Gabriella can handle this, so we could send her to it again. And then we could send Gabriella to the... Nope. Don't want to risk grinding, just want to end the day. I can get behind that. Okay, not with the apple specifically. What is Judgy Bird at anyway? 134. We might actually be able to do it in this round. Presuming we get high enough boxes. And even if we can't, I think Gabriella can go again. Without the risk of dying. No, we just straight up got it. Sword. Most people with Bob or Ailef here are already down here, is the funny thing. But what are you cooking? What are you saying? If it's that much of a risk, then I feel like we should just not, period. Oh, that's what you're saying. Did you want more of the spears? Not sure why there's such a big rush, but alright. Misona, where are you? Everyone else that would be considered for this, I think, is already down here. Mainly Emilia and Lysihan, funny enough. So while Misona's making the walk down, we can just have Emilia go there right off the bat. I say keep a small eye on the punishing bird, just so that we can't have it busting out and killing someone. But other than that, we should be good to just do this. Okay, what's Bird at right now? 2 already? God damn it. Gonna have to keep an eye on that. If I hear loud pecking noises, then I'll know it broke out. Or if it gets to 1, then I'll send someone else. So, what should we talk about as we're basically grinding out Mushroom Boy here? Oh, right. Debuff. The Clyfoth Overlord. I forgot that detail. It could be intentional. Which makes it all the funnier that the Ryosho ID that mimics it is perhaps one of the most powerful IDs in the game right now. Still at 2. Those jingling noises creep me out. Okay, now at 8. At this point, probably only Misona could get near it in multiple senses of the word. Still at 2. Okay, that's enough. Then Misona came down here for nothing. Okay, Jose, you keep the bird satiated. And you do Skull. Yeah, just keep doing that. I am very glad this stream is ending soon, because like I said, I've been dealing with a bit of a cold, and it's made my throat hurt a smidge worse than it usually does at around this point. I've been doing these streams long enough so that I'm used to long talks, but my throat's a bit sensitive at the moment. Well, that would explain a few things. Okay, Jose, take us away. Game? Oh, hi. Abnormalities. We have red shoes, funeral of the dead butterflies, and Firebird. We have everything from red shoes. Dead butterflies has a stat gate, and Firebird is Firebird. On the other hand, red shoes could be the desperately needed fortitude trainer gap that we've been desperately missing. But new weapons and armors. And also, I think Butterfly is a repression trainer, which we also need. Do you believe there is truly inexcusable behavior? Nobody is perfect. If we realize that in forgiving others, your enemy didn't deserve forgiveness, but rather that you needed peace, would things be better? Are you sure you can really join in our experiment in such an unstable situation? Michelle, let me cut to the chase. We are performing experiments that go directly against the head's ideals. If your beloved parents or your precious friends try to coax you, are you confident that you'd be able to refuse them? She wasn't able to say anything to my browbeating. Carmen broke the silence instead. Don't be too harsh on her. She's amazing to be here at such a young age. Just like everyone else, Michelle liked Carmen. That was not a trickery or a show. She wasn't the manipulative person who'd keep up such a facade either. And I should have made her give the answer she avoided speaking no matter what. Did Michelle receive what she wanted? I don't know. Did she accomplish her purpose by trampling on us and Carmen? I'll never know. Do I have any right to bear hatred towards her? The answer was no. I was no different from her. To be honest, I never wanted you to die in misery, like that nasty tabloid article gossiped. Were you able to successfully face yourself, manager? When I awoke to find myself here, I thought this could be my second chance. I thought I could redeem myself and liberate myself from my mistakes. What I did can never be undone. A sunken pebble can never float to the surface again. I wanted to be a kind person. I wanted to show everyone that I might be okay here, somehow. Was I truly being considerate of others? Silly me, there's no room for something like that here. I was a hypocrite. All those nice acts were for myself. I'll keep trying to be a better person, even now. It may be specious, and some people may hate me for it, but as long as my efforts can save a person's life or give a person the consolation they need, I will live on with that pride as a stepping stone. So, manager, let's keep trying together in this interminable hell. In this place, the sunlight is truly warm. Maybe I was a tree in a past life. Think of a former life as the life my soul lived before being born into the current form you see now. Isn't this fun to just think about? My next life? I would want to be a person with a beautiful voice, like the wisest person in the world. Then everyone would pay more attention to what I say. No, maybe that's too much to ask, especially with all the abilities I already have. What about you? Who or what would you want to become? What kind of a thought is that? Look at this here, a medicine extracted from the human subconsciousness. A form made from a formless concept. Isn't it fascinating? You see, this will become a seed of sorts. Since we've discovered an incurable disease, it would only be fair to discover a cure for it, don't you think? My throat is dying. Be honest with me, man. You're not coming to these meetings with me for praise, are you? Aren't you sick and tired of this? You'll do something great tomorrow yet again, though it won't be for anything all that great, and Miss Angela and the other Sephiroth will shower you with compliments. We'll have another accident in my department. A couple will fall down and die, some will go nuts, and a pile of them will get injuries they'll never recover from. Hod will try and cheer me up. His Sod will lecture me about what regulations I didn't follow. Malkuth will try to encourage me, lively as usual. Let's try harder tomorrow. Nobody will say to my face that it's my fault, but it'll be clear as day that I'm responsible for all of it, surely. My day always repeats like that. Starts with death, ends with death. Every employee here receives a small dose of a certain drug. Did you know? It helps them become desensitized to everything. Just think about it. If your good old lunchmate is found dead, torn into 1,000 pieces, who in the world would be able to clean up his dead body without a single drop of emotion? Could you blame them? Would you call them cowards for depending on drugs? Everyone's just trying to escape from this reality in their own ways. They might look and pretend to be okay, but nobody really is. But I'll keep thinking about how I can off myself. I know, it's like a metaphor. Death for us is a hypothetical concept. I heard injecting substances like enkephalin into machines will slowly but surely rust them. Then maybe I could chug a whole bottle into my body. Give myself irreversible damage. Funny, I just injected myself with way more enkephalin than I usually do. Yet my mind is clearer than ever. Hell, I feel completely lucid right now. If I were to open my eyes again, maybe it'll be somewhere without you, those other Sephiroth, or that Angela. It hasn't been fun. Let's never meet again. We began our research on Cognito in earnest. The most urgent issue is that prevailed at the time was the correct dosage. I tried to persuade people. I told them we have to proceed with the experiment in order to save Carmen and the others. Everyone fell silent when I asked for volunteers. Then one man quietly raised his hand. It was Giovanni, who had kept to himself for most of his time here. Giovanni was one of the patients from Carmen's company. I heard they'd known each other since childhood. There's no such thing as a noble sacrifice. The end is always miserable, no matter how justifiable a cause it may be for. My statement that this experiment could bring back Carmen must have been the strongest motivation that drove him to volunteer. An experiment to find the proper dosage of a drug is not something that can be done in just a trial or two. I never talked with him much. We had nothing in common other than our acquaintance with Carmen. Cogito emaciates the boundary of a human, and repeated experiments will leave an indelible mark. Okay, what do we want to do before wrapping this up? All new contracted employees will have their starts at level 3. That's gonna be so useful. How many are we looking at here? Oh, right, we need to move things back around to training. Tatiana will actually be moved. Joy will go with him. And Gabriella will be left alone in disciplinary. Well, not alone, but... real quick. Anything else? I would say we wait on Spore until, right, she was the original user of Life for Daredevil, wasn't she? Do we have the resources for that? We have a bit of a... That is a name and a face. Jesus. Okay, but where are these agents going? You can tell me that while I... No, wait, they have to be assigned first. I would say move Ashley and London to training because they are the lowest. Jose can go there. We don't have enough for 5 quite yet, so just kinda... That's just gonna have to do for the time being. Okay, what's our ego then? Well, first off, I need to get a gun from Shylock. You keep being given this gun and you keep losing it. That's kind of funny. Okay, let's filter out the Tet first. Now let's unfilter. Ugh. The question is, do we have a Evolve set to play with? Heaven, Sword Sharpened by Tears, and Discord. I would say she can have Sword Sharpened by Tears, then. It's pretty middle of the road, but I would say rather that than one with a glaring weakness. Should she keep the Exuve gun or get the sword? Who are the Exuve wielders anyway? Mary and Joseph. I can give them their respective guns. Rose? That's a random thing to say out of nowhere. Do we have an agent named Rose? Oh. So she does. Okay, so who should the new people have? Okay, first, they have 3 in everything, so we should keep that in mind. What do we have Bob-wise? I could give one of them Heaven. You just gotta be careful of that red weakness. And I could give someone else Discord. What's our weakness lineup here right now? Endured. Yeah, I think a single red weakness guy wouldn't upset the balance too much. Maybe we could have you be a Spore wielder. Or maybe the second Exuve, because a red weakness wants to attack from a distance. Yeah, that could do it. Now next is Le Si Hyung. What a name. Do I want to give him Discord or not? Okay, what department are you in? Safety. Yeah, you should be fine for that. Kind of spread the weaknesses around. Not have them lumped in too much. I'll check in a second. And you can have the other Discord. Alright, now for the He stuff. We have Bear Paws is all used up. Sanguine Desire is all used up. We have a Grinder Mark IV, and we have a Frost Splinter. Hmm. We already have a Discord user here, so... Grinder... And... Sanguine, maybe? Ah, the heal weapons are very terrible. Yeah, I really don't really have a choice but to give him bear paws. Okay, next. Less than 3. And everyone's at 3, so it's redundant. Okay, down here we have Melendez. Icy name. We don't have any red damage down in Disciplinary, so you should be safe with Frost Splinter. Yeah, Grinder and Bear Claws. Can't think of anything else better right now. Grinder's kind of could be bad for training because of... No. We don't have a Spore Armor right now. Although we could get one. Hang on. One shy! Motherfucker. Who has Spore right now? No one has Spore right now. Okay, just give him Spore then. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, weapon for Melendez. I think you need the other Exave. No, fourth match only ever has the one. To balance out how OP it is. Who even has fourth match right now? That's under he, I think. No, it's Ted. Alyssa. Yeah, I could always give Alyssa something else. Now, what did Alyssa have? What can we give Alyssa now? Urine information, so... What kind of spreads are we having? Red, red, and pale. I could give you something else. Information is just the red damage department. Kinda silly. Okay, back to my thought. And last but not least, Georgia. What do we have left for... Sorry, Melendez. Yeah, I think you're stuck with, he level. No, everyone is using he level. You got Teth instead. Okay, what would be the best? You're in disciplinary. What are the damages there? Black, and pale. Yeah. I don't plan to send anyone but Gabriella to Longbird anyways. May as well get the requisite weapon too. Okay, quick double check to make sure everything's good. Seems to be. And we're done. Just gonna begin management to lock that in. And next time on the left side of reality, we have a chill day as we just grind. And then we'll see what happens after that. I am very glad to see the end of the hardcore suppression. Although we're not done with that yet. She is gonna come back with a vengeance, so I guess we gotta be ready for that. See you all here next week.